Hi, name's Matthew Jester, making a quick video here. So I have a certificate of completion to show that I'm certified and competent in the field of hypnosis. And I'm making a video right now, just working on some things that I've been working on recently. I am in a situation right now where I'm experiencing some severe financial difficulty. I actually had to donate some money that I didn't, that I wasn't able to afford to donate, to save a child's life. See, the hypnosis is making it difficult for me to talk right now. To save a child's life in Uganda that contracted malaria, and the hospital was not willing to admit him without paying the bill first. In fact, same thing with the ambulance ride. So I had to pay for the ambulance ride and the hospital bill. It was about $90. I was contacted by a man that was managing an orphanage out in Uganda, and he told me about the situation, and I was basically put in the situation that I had the choice between, renting the room for a couple more days, or, saving that child's life. So I chose the moral thing to do. It wasn't necessarily an easy thing to do or a pleasurable thing. It was very selfless, but it was the right thing to do. So that's the situation I'm in. Is I'm trying to compensate for that loss of finance, the loss of for donating the money that I couldn't exactly afford. But anyways, moving on from that, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So if you notice the difficulty speaking that I was experiencing while I was reading, this has been apparent in basically all my videos. It's the entire reason that I have a YouTube channel, is because I'm being abused so much with hypnosis. So please watch my video, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition. I will leave a link to watch the video in the description. I will also leave additional links in the description about other relevant videos. I've been abused with hypnosis. My ability to speak is being inhibited with hypnosis, which is why I have to read everything when I make videos. If you notice me stuttering, speaking slowly, being unable to speak clearly, or any other difficulty speaking, I explain in detail the specific methods and techniques that are being used to inhibit my ability to speak in my video, Hypnosis, Abuse, and Speech Inhibition. These issues speak and occur consistently in each of my videos, specifically within the first 3 minutes. The hypnosis inhibiting my ability to speak is often very noticeable throughout my videos, and I will leave a list of the various hypnotic commands that are specifically being used to inhibit my ability to speak that can be recognized in my body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, and speech patterns in the description. Let's see. I also have, here we go. So, this is going to be going over patterns of writing impairment. I'm also going to briefly explain the methods and patterns that can be noticed in my videos of hypnotic writing impairment. A complete inability to properly articulate and write a complete sentence adequately the first time. A limited capacity of only being able to articulate 3 to 5 words at one time while writing. The hypnosis would inhibit my ability to articulate the next 3 to 5 word sentence portions until I wrote down all previous 3 to 5 word sentence portions. This was done so that I couldn't determine if the sentence or sentence portion was properly articulated before writing it down, because then I could be forced to write improperly articulated sentences and be forced to rewrite the entire sentence several times before being able to properly articulate and write the sentence. An inability to form logical sentences by combining the individual sentence portions I am able to articulate, which would result in the rewriting. Alright, so this portion is just about the worst, 4 and 5. So the hypnotic writing impairment would typically require me to rewrite sentences between 4 to 12 times on average, with excessive pauses and breaks caused by hypnotic memory or repression, resulting in a single sentence requiring between 30 minutes to an hour and a half to write and articulate on average. The hypnotic writing impairment would also involve slowing down the rate I'm able to write, approximately 5 to 10 times slower than normal. Hypnotized to feel back pain and muscle tension, specifically on the right side of my back, mostly on the right side of my back, is a method of distracting my conscious attention away from the speed of my pencil strokes so that I wouldn't notice how much the hypnosis was inhibiting my ability to write. The back pain and tension was mostly on the right side of my back because I write with my right hand. So I pointed that out. By the way, when I was reading number 4 and finished that one, I was hypnotized to think that, I started feeling the back pain actually increase suddenly in response to me, basically resisting suggestions and everything along those lines. And also specifically because I was hypnotized to think if I mentioned it then they weren't going to be able to get away with it. And the reason for that would be because, basically I've already completely forgot that I already talked about the back pain at the end of it. But regardless, I am pointing that out right now because, it's a very, very specific example. So, there's a couple other things here. This was in a music hypnosis and my dog. Anytime I think stepping on my dog's toes. Was like, oh, my back. Ow. I mentioned in previous videos, I was hypnotized to think that back pain meant that I wasn't hypnotized, that I was breaking their back if I cared about my dog. Ow. So anyways, it's dysphoria, and it's a form of punishment and abuse to try to deter behavior. And when that happens, I only make things worse for them, and I'm putting them in prison for it. And hold on a second. Let me rewrite that. I wasn't able to write that very legibly because, first of all, I excluded the word think, so then I had to make room and rewrite to think stepping and make room for it. I had to erase the word on and then rewrite it. Hypnotized to think stepping on my dog's toes was like squishing a bug. These people are so sick. Okay. Alright, so today, while I was walking, I was hypnotized to think the song Life is Beautiful by Little Peep was about squishing a dog. I mean, wow. Okay. I meant squishing a bug. That makes it even worse. Because I'm just pointing out the evidence of that. This is sick. I was hypnotized to think the life is beautiful by Little Peep. The song Life is Beautiful. I'm killing it. And I was hypnotized to think that squishing the bug meant stepping on my dog's toes. This is sick. I also wanted to point out with my facial expressions, and eye squinting, and then back pain too. Especially like when I was walking today, because I wasn't hypnotized to feel the back pain when I was walking, but I was hypnotized to feel like my eyes were hurting, even though they weren't. And like I had to squint my eyes, even though I didn't, especially because I'm wearing sunglasses. So like, I noticed that my facial muscles would get like tense. There's back pain because I'm pointing it out too, by the way. So when they do that, I only work harder and I make it worse for them. 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 Their lives are worthless, yo. These people are sick. The next part, two other songs. I was sanitized the thing. These songs, Go to Sleep, by Eminem and DMX. Meant dysphoria was motivating me to resist post-hypnotic suggestions even more. By the way, I'm pointing out that hypnosis making me feel back pain again. This is abuse, yo. This is... I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. These people's lives don't matter. I'm resisting post-traumatic suggestions. The more they try to do it, the more they try... see what I mean? I should have to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. See, that's evidence right there. Because of that change in my facial expressions. See what I'm saying? These people's lives are completely worthless. They're pathetic. They don't get to abuse people and get away with it. I put them in prison for it, and every single thing that they do to try to stop me only makes it worse. I'm going to force this to happen right now. I'm going to force this to happen right now. Force it to happen. Force it to happen. Right. Shouldn't have to scrub my face when I'm doing that. There's no strain, stress, anything along those lines. These people don't have any rights. Their lives are completely worthless. Because they're detrimental to society and they endanger public safety. That's right, bitches, broken hearts. I was also hypnotized. I was also hypnotized to think the song, Bitches, Broken Hearts. Also meant snitches, broken hearts. My back, again. They don't have the right to abuse me like that. I'm pointing it out. I'm pointing it out. See the difficulty that I'm having here? I'm pointing that out as well because it shouldn't be difficult or strenuous to do. And then there's my facial expressions too as well. Pointing that out. These people are disgusting and I'm putting them in prison for it. I am literally putting them in prison for this. This is disgusting. So, there were some other things here that I wanted to check. Specifically, my eyes should not be squinting at all. See how I dropped my phone? I was hypnotized to do that, by the way. I was hypnotized to think I can gaslight you, and then I was having, like, problems closing an app, and I was like, no, you can't. So then I forced it to close, and then I dropped my phone. So what I'm checking, let's see. I'm going to be looking at the music hypnosis examples. It is bright outside, but it's not so bright that I need to start squinting. Because that's how they're trying to get away with it, but I'm not letting them. I'm putting them in prison instead. And by trying to abuse me, it's basically like begging me to put them in prison and begging, you know, to never see the light of day because their lives are pathetic and worthless. They just want to be hated by society and exposed to everything sick and twisted that they're doing. Because that is them. That's who they are. Like, naturally, life is can be very difficult, but okay, there's back pain again, pointing that out. Hypnotized to feel angry, resisting post-hypnotic suggestions. They don't have the right to abuse anybody. They have to accept it. They're going to prison for everything they try to do to stop me. There's back tension again, specifically on the right side of my back. They can't abuse me. They can't abuse me. They can't abuse me. They can't abuse me. Oh, we got muscles are relaxed now. They have to accept that. Okay, and then hypnotized to feel squinting in the sunlight. So these people don't have rights, and they have to accept it. They have to accept it. I'm putting them in prison for it. There's the background because I'm resisting it. They have to accept it. They have to accept it. Yeah, their lives are worthless. All right. I walked her home for the last time was because there are distinct similarities between the pitch of Little Peep's voice and the pitch of the singer's voice in the song, in that song. This took me about 2 years, my eyes shouldn't be squinting, before I finally understood the correlation between the two songs and why I was hypnotized to think of my dog when I listened to Little Peep. The reason why it took me so long to understand the correlation is because the concept in and of itself is very indirect, subjective, and vague. There's back pain, by the way, and abstract, as well as the tendency for me to not pay as much attention to the lyrics or vocals of the song. And there's the back pain while I'm trying to speak, trying to change the way that the tone of my voice. It shouldn't be forced. There we go. And the pitch of the singer's voice in that song. This took me about 2 years before I finally understood the correlation. There it is again. Before I finally understood the correlation between the two songs. And they don't have rights. They don't have rights. They're worthless. They're worthless. Before I finally understood the correlation between the two songs and why I was hypnotized to think of my dog when I listened to Little Peep. The reason why it took me so long to understand the correlation is because the concept in and of itself is very direct, subjective, vague, and abstract, as well as the tendency for me to not, facial expressions, pay as much attention to the lyrics or vocals of the song, as I mostly focused on the title of the song, I Walked Her Home for the Last Time, by Killed Myself. Walking my dog and attempting suicide. The last time I walked my dog last year in 2021, I was cued to listen to the song and finally understood the vague correlation. I was also hypnotized to think of the stories of how some people, homeless people, found a way to become millionaires, hence why they picked the song Save That Shit, because the lyrics in the chorus of the song repeat, I can make you rich, and they hypnotized me to think the song referred to when a member of the LDS church gave me a ride home from a pharmacy. There's my eyes again. Picking up a new medication called Sonata for the first time, prescribed by my sleep specialist, and I was hypnotized to think of the interior lights of the luxury vehicle illuminating me during the car ride when I saw the spotlights on Little Peep and his music video. So Little Peep was about my service animal for PTSD. And then there's more back pain. These people are sick. These people are sick. These people are sick. I'm not accepting this. They're going to prison for it. 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 They don't have rights. They don't have the right to abuse people. They just don't. Life is beautiful. Oh. Wow. Okay. So I wanted to point out here that you can see, hopefully, Okay, because it has right here number 3, Life is Beautiful. I'm not sure how well you can see that. Hold on a second. Well, I'm going to read it. I was hypnotized to think that listening to this song meant I was squishing someone's sex life with like a bug. And that wasn't... it could have also been a reference to the girl that told me about the songs that told me about Little Peep, and when she was hypnotized to, well, she was forced to listen to Little Peep songs when she was out in California, and I definitely believe that she was hypnotized. I don't know what else that would have been. Okay, back pain again. Being tortured and abused. I'm not okay with it. Anyways. So I wanted to add in here. The girl that was hypnotized to help me with my PTSD. There it is, found it. There's also an Touch the Thinky song. Snitches. Broken Hearts. Oh, and then that's right, Go to Sleep. There we go, there we go. Oh, I didn't have anything. Okay. Alright. Anyways, so that's the video for right now. I'm gonna get back to this in a second. Thanks for watching. Actually, by the way, I also want to point out, I'm gonna set a timer to make sure, because I noticed that I was hypnotized to feel dysphoria to keep me from making the video and to get me to stop. So I'm taking that and I'm using that as evidence against them again, and I'm also not going to allow it to happen because you know, everything that they try to do to hurt me and abuse me only motivates me to make everything worse for them and to put them in prison for the rest of their pathetic little worthless lives because they don't have the right to abuse people. So thanks for watching the video.